Hello, fight fans. I'm Todd Grisham. Welcome to the WBC Arena. Carl. So here comes this bout. What a pleasure to... You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? Nice counter punch right up the middle. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Punch, counter punch. Don't get caught up on how many times this guy gets hit. He's a slugger, Johnny, and you know he's just waiting for his opportunity to strike back.
Tactics out of the window. These guys just want to brawl.
Jab doesn't score. That jab misses. Jab slightly off target. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Counterpunch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Those counter punches have to hurt. They exchange punches. So he's going to taunt here. I don't know if that's the wisest strategy. Well, if their intention is to anger the opponent, I think it's going to work. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. It's all offense all the time. Nice counter shot. Solid punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Froch in that last round. They got the momentum, they got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
Dominance.
On to the second round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They've got a big reach advantage here. Let's see if they can take advantage.
You've got to fight dirty, Todd. You've got to get in close. You've got to fight on the blind side of the referee. You've got to find a way in.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Nice counter. How about that time counter shot? Trying to land that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. He missed with that jab. A lot of people love watching fighters in this weight class because they've got the speed and they got the power. A perfect counter shot. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
skill for skill, tap for tap. It's just like a match made in heaven.
Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. What an upset here as Alvarez goes down. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4. You all right?
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Gotta waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the ring.
And he scores with the counter. The straight right just misses. Do you believe this? Has to be careful as we enter the final 10 seconds here. It's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown. Let's get it started in round 3. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good counter punch. That counter shot lands. Catch and shoot. There's a counter shot. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Well done with that counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Good counter punching. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Back and forth they go. Nice counter shot. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
A perfect counter lands. That's another scoring shot. Nice punch. Did you see that? Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
I need to see that again.
Gotta wonder how. Back at it in round 4. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Beautiful counter punch. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Beautiful counter shot. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? So much firepower here. Just missed with that jab. That counter punch caught him clean. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Nice counter punch. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Those counter punches have to hurt. What a punch. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being... Let's watch that again and replay from a different angle.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round ones. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. A perfect counter shot. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. His legs are gone, but somehow... On to the fifth we go. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Knock down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nope, that jab not going to score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter shot. Nice counter. Nice work to block that left uppercut. Punch caught him clean. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Those counter punches have to hurt. So he's going to shake off the cobwebs and bounce around the ring a little bit here. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour.
I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. The corner hasn't thrown in. There's the bell for round 6. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Nice counter. So he's going to drop his arms down here. Not sure that's the wisest decision. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Alvarez down to the canvas. I can't believe it. Cue up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
A swing and a miss with that jab. We need to turn this around halfway through.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornerman now is down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, like freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That counter punch caught him clean. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Canelo in serious jeopardy here, going to the canvas. What an upset here as Alvarez goes down. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are you okay?
Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. It's round 7. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Good counter punch. And the Cobra is down. How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
Even
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
He just misses with that jab. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Hold it right there! Oh, my word! Canelo just got clipped! Hold it right there! We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
Where did...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
Not many people would have predicted it.